I just noticed my cat's over here just chilling, ready to pounce and murder whatever she sees. I always find it funny that when you play with cats, their version of playing is just basically pretend murdering things. I mean, because you get the little thing on the stick, and you know, they're just they just want to murder it. They want to murder everything. Dogs play, they actually play. But it's funny with her though. Like, she'll play fetch, dude. I'll sit on the couch and I'll throw her a little toy, and she'll fucking bring it back in the exact same spot. Drop it down in my lap, and I'll throw it again, and we'll do that for hours. So she is a very, very smart cat, dude. I've never played fetch with a cat before. Got my Red Bull in my mouth roof. My cat don't scratch. She has never scratched me, neither has Banks. Thanks, Zell. I like when you talk about music. Do you like indie rock like The Killers, White Stripes, The Strokes, Arctic Monkeys? That stuff's kind of early 2000s for me, bro. I've kind of grown away from that kind of stuff. I feel like The Killers had like one good album. White Stripes, the more I listen to the White Stripes, the more it's just really, really simplistic, dude. You know what I mean? Like, really simplistic beats, really simplistic songs, and a lot of his songs just kind of blend together, and they all fucking sound the same. If I never heard Seven Nation Army again, it'll be way too soon. I remember when that song came out, because in high school, I had to take an art class for some fucking reason. It was called Clays and Fibers, and we were allowed to listen to music in it. I remember that song coming on the radio for the first time. I was like, "Oh, this is a jam. What's this?" And everybody's like, "Crank that shit," and cranked it. And I remember one time, it was like the last day of school. I brought in. I'm like, "What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do to me? Fuck them." And I brought in California by Mr. Bungle and put that in Clays and Fibers class and played it. And I put that Air Conditioned Nightmare song on. And everybody's just like, the fuck is this nonsense? It's that song with chuck, 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 chuck. And I'm just like, it's my jam. It's my jam of jams. Everybody's like, what in the fuck is this shit? But there was one guy that knew what it was. And he's just like, we were talking about Mr. Bungle. And I never talked to him before. He's like, I wonder if they're going to release an album this year, because they had like 5-year gaps in between each one of their albums, and at that point, that was when their new album was supposed to come out, but it never happened. Thanks, Colin. I had a pet rabbit that used to play fetch. It was the craziest thing. That is crazy. Sweet Charity, bo bo bo. I never was a really big fan of California, dude, and I had friends that was their favorite Bungle album. And I always just kind of thought it was their safest, most boring album. I like their self-titled and Disco Volante quite a bit. Disco Volante I fucking hated when I first heard it. Because I remember I had my friend, because at the time I didn't have a credit card or anything to buy stuff online. I gave my friend some money to order Disco Volante for me off of eBay. And I remember listening to it, bringing it home that day from school and listening to it. And I'm like, man, this album is fucking trash. You know what I mean? But I listened to it like 2 or 3 more times, and I really like it now. I think it's just so fucking crazy. I mean, you can't not like it. I wish I could stream on my fucking Series X, dude. Like, I just don't understand why I can stream with a push of a button on the PS5 right to YouTube like it ain't no thing, but Series X is a fucking pain in the ass. Thanks, Dirk. My girlfriend finds Kevin Hart funny. Should I end it with her? Yeah. I think you should sleep with her best friend. Right in front of her. For sure. And her mom, too. I think you should sleep with her mom. You should double team her best friend and her mom at the same time. So, like, pretend like there's a surprise party, like she's like your girlfriend's coming home from work, and as soon as she opens the door, make sure you're just like sticking it in her mom's butt, like right there. That seems fair to me. Because Kevin Hart is not funny, dude. Kevin Hart is not funny. Dude, and I didn't even tell you guys, dude, like, I seen Space Jam 2. Oh, God. Oh. I get violently ill even thinking about it, dude. Guys, this movie is the worst fucking thing ever created by mankind. Like, I can't believe how bad it is. Like, however bad that you guys think Space Jam 2 is gonna be, it's like times infinity worse than that. Like, I cannot fucking believe it. Nothing in this movie works. Nothing. Okay, LeBron James is fucking horrendous in it. Alright, the Looney Tunes don't even act right in it. They don't even act like themselves, like it's weird. Like, the way they acted in a Space Jam and, you know, like, and all that stuff, they don't even act like that anymore. It's obvious Bugs Bunny's voice isn't the same because that one guy died. And Bugs Bunny's voice goes in and out, sounds weird at certain times. Doesn't even sound like Bugs Bunny. It's Caddyshack 2 bad, dude. It doesn't even make any fucking sense! Like, here's the story, okay? Alright, so, like, it starts with, like, LeBron as a kid, and he's playing the original Game Boy. First of all, he's playing the original Game Boy in 1998, which nobody ever did in the history of time. He's playing Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle for some fucking reason. Then his coach is like, you gotta focus on basketball. So he fucking puts the Game Boy in the trash can, like anybody would actually do that. And then, like, fast forward, and then he's got kids now, and his son makes a video game. Like, he's 12 years old and makes this, like, horrible-looking circa 2005 fucking cell phone game that looks like dog shit. And, like, he wants to be a game designer, but his dad wants him to play basketball. But somehow they go to WB headquarters, because WB wants him to be in a movie or something. So there's a Serververse guy watching the pitch meeting, and it's Don Cheadle. He's like a AI in the server... Oh, hold on, I just have, like, mini strokes even talking about it. And so, LeBron James is like, no, I don't want to be in movies, which pisses off the server guy. So he sucks him into the Serververse, holds his kid hostage until he plays a basketball game for some reason, like the two have anything to do with each other. So he has to go and get a basketball team together. Okay. So he drops him down in the Toonland, and there's nobody in Toonland except Bugs Bunny. So Bugs Bunny's like, you know, doing like the zany stuff for like no reason. Oh, there's Bugs Bunny's in a truck, gonna run him over, and oh, it's duck season, no, it's rabbit season, and it's like, what? And, okay, and like nothing looks good. Like the animation looks like dog shit compared to like this movie from 1996, compared to the first one. And then they gotta go and get the other Looney Tunes. So the old lady is in fucking Matrix Land for some reason, and so is Speedy Gonzalez. And then Elmer Fudd is in Austin Powers Land, and I'm not even remotely making that up. Oh God. Okay, so like they take that scene from Austin Powers. They don't even change anything. They take the scene from Austin Powers when Mini-Me is first introduced. So it's like, dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, and the doors open up, and then instead of Mini-Me, it's Elmer Fudd standing there like, what? The fuck? And then, like, I think they get Yosemite Sam from, like, Casablanca Land? Like, what kid would know what Casablanca is? What the fuck is this? And then... And then they just like, they go and get Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner from Mad Max Land? What the fuck? Okay, why would they go to Mad Max? Kids don't know what this is. Okay? How many kids? This is supposed to be aimed towards kids. It's Looney Tunes. And why would they know what Mad Max? It's a rated R movie. Like, what is this shit? Dude, like, it's just...
Ain't none of it makes any sense, dude. And then they get everybody, okay? And then the whole, like, last half of the movie is the basketball game. And you think it's like, it's gonna be basketball. It's not basketball. It's like basketball with no rules at all, okay? And you know, like, the first movie had the Monstars, and the Monstars had personality. You know, like, they had character to them, okay? Oh, who are they facing in Space Jam 2? Oh, bird guy with the unibrow comes swooping in. Oh, the bird guy. And oh, here's snake woman. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. Okay, and here's fire changing into ice guy. Fire. I'm ice. Okay, spider person guy. Spider person. Spider. Arachnotron or something. AIDS! Okay? AIDS! Of the highest order. Like, there's, like, no rules. How are you going to have a game and have any kind of competition when there's no rules? They're literally doing 400 and 500 pointers. Okay, Wile E. Coyote builds a machine that launches out 5,000 basketballs into the goddamn hoop, like, and they all go in the hoop, and he gets, like, 1,000 points. LeBron James makes, like, 12 points through the whole goddamn thing. Wile E. Coyote wins the game. Like, literally, without the basketball machine that he makes, they would have lost. So Wile E. Coyote is the MVP. Like, LeBron James doesn't even know how to play the motherfucking thing through most of it. Now, why is he even there? And then we got Tweety out there. Like, why is Tweety... The fucking basketball is bigger than Tweety! Okay, when you pass Tweety the ball, it smashes her into a pancake. Why is she in the game, dude? Are you telling me there's no other Looney Tunes characters they can get? It's just fucking retarded, dude. They make a big deal about going and getting Lola Bunny. And you know where they get Lola Bunny at? Wonder Woman World. So they go into Wonder Woman World, which is a giant floating comic book. And then, like, Lola Bunny wants to be Wonder Woman. So it's like scene for scene... the bullshit from, like, Wonder Woman where she's, like, gonna do the trials. And they go and get Lola Bunny, and they make a big deal about this, and she literally does jack shit through, like, the whole movie. Like, you remember, like, in the first Space Jam, how big a part Lola Bunny had, and, like, the chemistry with Bugs and all this shit? It's gone. It's just completely gone. They act like they don't even know each other now. It's, like, fucking weird. They barely acknowledge that they've done this basketball shit before. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, dude. Then at the end, the bad guy just straight up starts cheating. He starts just changing the score, all willy-nilly, like it ain't nothing. Like, it's unbelievable, dude. Like, there's no rules. How can you have a game with any structure, with any actual, like, root for anybody when anybody could do anything, dude? Like, the spider, like, smashes the ball into LeBron James's face, so it goes into the hoop, hits LeBron James, goes back into the hoop, like, over and over again, and gets, like, 500 baskets. Like, what the fuck? So by halftime, they're 1,000 points behind. It's just fucking retarded, dude. Like, I can't believe it. I don't know what's worse. I don't know what could possibly be worse than this movie for this year, dude. I really don't. Thanks, Jawbreaker. Space Jam didn't need a sequel 25 years later. If they couldn't bring Jordan back, just let the damn thing rest. It's not like Jordan was that great of an actor in it either, dude. Like, me and my brother, we went back and watched the first movie. Well, bits and pieces of it. I watched the ending basketball game and certain things, and it is, it is bad. Like, the original movie is bad. It's a bad movie. But it's fucking Citizen Kane compared to the new one. I mean, Michael Jordan at least didn't need a stunt double to play basketball because he's a basketball player in a basketball movie like LeBron did. LeBron James needed a stunt double to play basketball in a basketball movie. You can't even make this stuff up. Director said that people angry about the way Lola Bunny looks are super weird. I mean, she looks fundamentally worse. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I'm not gonna make a big deal about the fact that Lola Bunny don't have titties anymore, okay? Because I'm a grown ass man and I don't care about no bunny titties. But at the same time, she's supposed to be a female. She had titties in the last movie. Now she just looks like a boy. Like she just literally does. It looks like a generic brand, flat-chested boy. Like that's just like a pink color or something. Like it's just weird. What do I think about 4K Blu-rays? I like 4K Blu-rays and I own some of them, but I think they're too expensive for what you get. I feel like unless your TV is in like the upper echelon of picture quality, 4K Blu-rays are a waste of time. You're really not going to notice that much of a difference. Like I was getting into an argument here, not really an argument, but a discussion with one of my friends, and because he's so into Metallica, and it's just like, dude, and I stopped him because he's talking about Metallica and how great they are, and I'm like, dude, how can you get into this band as much as you do? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, they haven't had a masterpiece album like since the 80s, bro. I mean, their last couple albums are just treading water. Saint Anger was the fucking Antichrist. They didn't have jack shit through most of the 90s. I mean, we're talking Load, Reload, Garage Inc., a bunch of trash. They had the Black Album in the very beginning of the 90s, which is completely played out. So all you're left with is Kill 'Em All to Justice for All, and it's like, how many times can you play these albums? Justice for All is mastered so poorly with like no bass in it at all, it sounds like shit. So it's just like, serious discussion time, bro. Like, how are you still so into this band? He's just like, I just love them, man. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, you're listening to the same 5 songs. Saint Anger is trash, dude. The drums in that album sounds like he's hitting a fucking trash can. And the trash cans are filled with puke. It's just terrible, dude. I mean, I can't listen to this stuff anymore. It's like, sure, okay, I like Master of Puppets, dude. I like Ride the Lightning. I like stuff off Kill 'Em All. I like some certain songs off of Injustice. But they made an album with no bass. They like turned the bass off to like piss the bassist off. Like, yeah, just lower the bass. Lower it some more. Lower it some more. Until when you know that when you listen to Injustice and you know about the bass, it drives you crazy. Because it's like listening to like a White Stripes album or something with no bass. Like the only way I can listen to that album is like listening to like people on YouTube that like take it and add the bass up and like raise the bass. It's just weird. Master of Puppets is a great song, dude. I love Master. I like it. But, you know what? Come here. That album came out in 1986! Okay? That album came out the year I was born. Now the fucking camera is blurry because I yelled at it. I'm sorry. There we go. Sorry, camera, for pissing you off. I don't really... when it comes to Megadeth, I can't... I don't get it. Okay? I can only... I back in the day, I went through a little spurt with Megadeth. I bought their Greatest Hits album, Rust in Peace, a few other things. I just don't get it. I don't think that they're that great. Like, when it comes to Megadeth, like, they'll have a song that I sort of like, and then something will ruin it. Like, something in it will ruin it. Either the way he sings, or the way that the track goes, or it's too long, or something in it will just, like, get on my nerves. And then they'll make really stupid shit. Like, what's that? Tout le monde? Or get the fuck out of here with that shit, dude. Yeah, that's like Slipknot too, dude. They'll have a song that's like, ooh, I like this. Ooh. Oh, no, it sucks now. There's a lot of that. And I just don't like Dave Mustaine as a person, dude. He gets on my nerves. He's still crying and whining about getting fired from Metallica. Like, 40 years ago, dude! Okay? Move along! Move along! Okay? God damn it! The other bassist got fucking killed. If you had stayed in the band, maybe you would have been the one to get killed. You gotta look at it in different fucking ways. You got fired because you're a fucking drunk. Okay? You couldn't stop drinking for 5 seconds, dude, and the band got rid of you. I only like one Ween song. Ocean Man, take me by the hand, make me do the thing, and to understand. Any bands that you think are overrated? That's an interesting question, because I was actually thinking about that yesterday. I was thinking about the Black Eyed Peas, and I was like, man, nobody talks about this band anymore. And when they do, they talk about like how shitty they are, and I'm just like, they are pretty bad. And when you go back and like listen to like most of their stuff, it's just like boring, safe as fuck, mid-2000s garbage, dude. Like, I can't believe anybody ever got into this band, dude. Like, that's my number one currently, is the Black Eyed Peas. Like, if they came, I feel like if they came around now, nobody would listen to them at all, dude. Like, they are so boring, so safe, like, everything about them, dude. That one song they had with the muzzle tough, it's like, get the fuck out of my face, dude. I've got the feeling, ooh, and tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's gonna be a good night. Feeling, ooh, muzzle tough. That's the fucking most retarded song ever made, dude. I'm not a big Tool fan. I never have been. My thing with Tool is that people who are fans of Tool, I find to be a lot of times assholes. They think they're like intellectually superior to people who don't listen to Tool, and it's always kind of gotten on my nerves. It's just like, you're not better than me because you listen to a band, okay? And, you know, most of the time that people that I knew that listened to Tool were dipshits to begin with. And that was like their one interesting quality, was that the fact that they listened to Tool. It's just not interesting to me. Thanks, Colin. I had a manager at an old job that thought he was intellectually superior to me because he watched Dr. fucking Who and listened to Muse. He was a Tool. My ex-girlfriend was all into that Doctor Who, dude. And she made me watch it with her. Ugh. Dude, like, some of it's good, but, like, I just don't get why it's... I mean, I guess that's, like, the UK's thing. And I got some fans in here from the UK. Maybe you can give me a different perspective on it. Thanks, Big Chungus. I'm British. Doctor Who sucks. That's what I like to hear, dude. Thanks, Bloody Rage. Were people actually getting knocked out and pushed off the machine back in the day for spamming moves in the arcade? I missed that whole era. I wasn't a big arcade guy, dude. I imagine that people got into arguments about that. You could spam moves. I never understood that argument, okay? If you're playing a fighting game and someone's spamming a move, spam moves yourself. You can play the same character and spam the same moves. There's not against the law. Do it. Bruce Springsteen sucks. I'm sorry, dude. Springsteen can suck a fat dick. Blue Oyster Cult's good. I like them. I saw them live. They were good. It's funny, I probably told you guys a story, but way back in the day, it was like late 90s? Early 2000s. We were going to see Blue Oyster Cult at the Nutter Center. We have this place around here called the Nutter Center, and it was an outside concert, and it was this thing called Rib Fest. And they had like all these little carts set up with ribs. You could try different ribs. It was weird. And they had these other bands that were on before them, and this big fucking storm came in. Like, it was tornado style weather. And literally right when Blue Oyster Cult took the stage, this fucking storm came in and just rocked the whole place, dude. They evacuated everybody to the Nutter Center. My dad was like, nah, fuck that. So we got in the car, we're gonna leave. My brother's freaking out. Go to the Nutter Center! Go to the Nutter Center, we're gonna die! Like, it was bad, dude. Like, our car was, like, fucking swaying. The winds were fucking crazy. So I didn't even get to see him. I got a shirt from it. I think I still have that shirt somewhere. But I ended up seeing him years later. I don't like the Doors. I mean, if I want to read some poetry, you know, I'll read Morrison's lyrics. If I want to listen to some actual music that's jammy and that I want to listen to, I'm not going to listen to the Doors, dude. Smashing Pumpkins are good. Motorhead, I don't get, dude. I don't get it. I feel like Motorhead is famous more for Lemmy and his antics and his whole persona and the way that he interacted with other rockers and other rockers gave him respect because he was an OG partier that partied with him and stuff like that, and he was able to, you know, build this whole thing up. I just don't feel like Motorhead is just like has a lot of stuff that I would ever want to listen to. And I've listened to a lot of their stuff and it's not for me. I like Led Zeppelin, dude, but I think they're played out. I just can't really listen to them anymore, dude. I mean, if Stairway to Heaven comes on, I have to leave the state. Like, I have to get away. I can't deal with it, dude. Any of it. I cannot stand Red Hot Chili Peppers, dude. They're in my top 5 worst bands of all time. Every fucking song sounds the same, dude. Every goddamn song. There's Red Hot Chili Peppers' greatest hits with such hits as Give It Away Now, Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away Now, Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away Now. And then their multi-platinum selling hit, Give It Away Now, Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away Now, Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away. And let's not forget some of the deeper cuts like Give It Away Now, Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away Now, Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away Now. Every fucking song, dude, they suck. I think Red Hot Chili Peppers are a rip-off of Big Boys. They need to rip off someone who's good. Because I can't handle it, dude. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Sucks. Coheed is really good, but you gotta enjoy a lead singer that sounds like he's been kicked in the nuts. You know, like, I hated that singer at first, dude. When that Welcome Home at Welcome Home, I really like that song, but it's just like that lead singer is rough. Lacuna Coil, yeah, I remember them. Seven Dust. I think Seven Dust's lead singer was a black guy, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure. And he rocked it, dude. I always appreciate when like black guys are lead singers of like metal bands and stuff because it just doesn't happen very often. I wish it happened more because 9 times out of 10 they always rock it. Like, you know, Living Colour, they were a good rock band. Wesley Willis. I say black guy singer and all of a sudden you think of Wesley Willis. McDonald's makes you fat. They give you heart attacks. Big Macs are gross. I eat them anyways, because they're good. Rock and roll McDonald. Rock and roll McDonald. He sucked. Wesley Willis sucked ass. The best Led Zeppelin album was Coda. That's the first time anybody's ever typed that. I'm surprised you didn't end the universe right now by typing that sentence. You're going to break the space-time continuum saying Led Zeppelin's best album was Coda. The fuck out my face with that. Coda was garbage. What are you talking about? Coda wasn't even an album. It was a bunch of B-sides left over from other albums. It was a puke pile, dude. You'd rather listen to Coda than Led Zeppelin. What the fuck? Heart attack stroke combo platter. Thanks, Ashley. Hot take, N64 was a failure compared to the SNES. Small library and people talk about the same 15 games. There's a reason it lost to the Saturn in Japan. I agree. Wholeheartedly. I wouldn't even say 15 games. I'd say 5 to 10 games. You know, you're talking GoldenEye, you're talking Mario Kart, you know, you're talking Ocarina of Time. You know, it's the same games. When you're talking PS1, dude, it's all over the place on what people liked. You know, you're talking all the RPGs that it had. You're talking like all these action adventure games, you know, Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, all these really, really niche games. There's so much on the PS1. And everybody had a different experience with the PS1. You know, Crash Bandicoot, like, whatever your jammy jams was. N64, it's the same shit. Everybody has the same memories of the same, life. I saw this meme the other day where it's like, life never got any better than homies coming over and eating some pizza playing GoldenEye. Dude, if your life never got any better than that, of having a couple of your friends over playing GoldenEye and eating a slice of pizza, I feel bad for you, son. I really do, okay? Because my life got way better than that, alright? And I was fucking bitches' buttholes, you know, fucking fans are coming on buses to come fucking see me. I made my fucking YouTube page. I've had a blast. I've had a really fucking fun time. I bought my house. You know what I mean? Like, way better times than playing GoldenEye and eating a piece of pizza, okay? That's pretty bad. That's the best your life ever got. Time to move on. And GoldenEye don't even hold up anymore. I played it not too long ago with my brother. It's not good. Okay? Not good. The way that the gun like swivels around and like does this shit when you move and everything just looks like shit. Everybody's faces are like, you know, they don't fucking move. It just looks like shit, dude. What's worse, Kick-Assia or the AVGN movie? I couldn't even watch Kick-Assia, dude. I lasted about 10 minutes in that, so I would probably say Kick-Assia. At least AVGN had somewhat of a professional look to it. And not this fucking kid with a camcorder look that Kick-Assia had. To be fair, would you want to play a fighting game with the N64 controller? I wouldn't want to play anything with the N64 controller. Going back to it, you really realize how bad the N64 controller was. Like, why did they think it was a good idea to put no padding or plastic, soft plastic on that joystick at all is beyond me. Like, why? Why did they do that? It was horrible, dude. You know, you play Mario Party 2 or 3 times on an N64 controller. I mean, that thing is finished. And then it looks like it needed Viagra. Like the fucking stick's all fucking dangling down. You can just like fucking hit it and it's just fucking terrible. Do not collect for Saturn. Like I'm gonna tell you guys right now, there's 146 people in here. Don't do it. I tried collecting for the Saturn back in like 2007, and it was expensive to collect for. Okay, like the games were impossible to find. When you found them, disc rot was starting to show its ugly face at that point in time. I can only imagine what the disc rot problems are now. And at that video game store I used to go to that my friend Spencer worked at, he had a copy of Panzer Dragoon Saga, and I asked, I'm like, can I look at that? And he handed it to me. He's like, what's up? You want to just look at the disc, see if there's scratches? I'm like, I want to see if there's disc rot. And he didn't even know about disc rot. And I'm like, yeah, it's got disc rot. So he had it priced for like $800 for Panzer Dragoon Saga, and I held it up to the light, and you could see pinholes of light coming through the disc. I was like, dude, this disc is trash. It's trash. It's done, dude. Do not collect for Sega Saturn. And if you do, check your games out. They're probably rotting away. That's why emulation is the way to go. But Saturn's hard to emulate for. I mean, I think it's gotten better, but Sega cheaped out on the discs, dude. Same thing with Sega CD, Saturn, and Dreamcast. They all suffer from it. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to call it for now. I got to go eat something. I've been streaming for 2 hours, so this was a fun stream. Later, guys. You guys take care.